I do appreciate y'all having me out here today. And that was a Christmas gift for you folks, but I also have another Christmas gift for you. I know that some of y'all probably live in the Smoky Mountains, and you probably being asked all the time, how come there's so many pancake houses there? People ask me, they say, do you see Dolly in the grocery store? I tell them, yeah. And they say, how come there's so many pancake houses in the Smoky Mountains? Well, I did a little research on the subject, and I'm going to close with this right here. And this is what I found out. Way back in 1933, in a logging camp in East Tennessee, a Smoky Mountain tradition there was born. Now, the camp cook Dixie was a homely girl, but it was known throughout the logging world she made the finest pancakes under the sun. And a logging camp runs on its camp canteen, so they treated old Dixie just like a queen. They knew her enchanted pancakes was a key to their success. And those in charge deemed it essential that she keep that recipe confidential, because all them other logging camps will try to bring you down when they know you're the best. Over at the Wheeler camp, there arose an evil plan. Their camp cook was Flapjack Jones, the Smoky's most handsome man. And although he was a handsome feller, his chow was second rate. And he schemed to steal Dixie's recipe, so he asked her for a date. He'd show that gal a little attention. Oh, did I happen to mention that Flapjack was a man of Dixie's dreams? He'd whisper sweet nothings in her ear, pull her strings like a puppeteer, and in no time at all, she'd spill the beans. So he called her on the telephone, asked her if she might be home on Friday night, as he'd like to visit soon. He told her that she'd been on his mind and thought that if they had the time, they might take in that harvest moon. Well, now Dixie was suspicious, but flattered too, and so she agreed to the rendezvous, and old Flapjack romanced that homely girl the better part of an hour. He said if you really cared for me, you'd share your pancake recipe, and in a moment of weakness she confessed, "It's magic flour!" Come knocking at my door one dark and stormy night, I took in a poor beggar woman by the name of Martha White. She was tired and wet and hungry, and she shivered from the cold. So I warmed her by the fireplace, and I fed that poor old soul. And for my kindness she gave to me a magic flour tin. And no matter how much I take out, there's always more within. I believe that Martha was a genie in disguise, 'cause all my pancakes flip themselves through the magic of hot rise. Hot rise, get it? It's Martha White. Okay. Well, Flapjack smiled that sly old fox, and on his way out he stole that flour box and mixed up a batch of batter. But much to his chagrin, the pancakes he made still tasted like glue or something you'd scrape off the bottom of your shoe, but undeterred, he went back to try again. And he turned on his boyish charms. Once again she melted right in his arms. He wooed and cooed Miss Dixie with words as smooth as silk. And as he kissed her on the lips, unknowingly she let it slip. The secret to my pancakes is they's made with magic milk. Got a cow named Bessie, raised her from a calf, put her on a diet, now she gives half and half. One udder gives butter, the other udder cheeses. And on a cold day, Bessie gives sorbet and yogurt when she sneezes. Yogurt when she sneezes. I don't care who you are, that's funny. It says it's organic, but it's not. Flapjack gave her a peck and he headed on home, and the very next morning Dixie's cow was gone and the batter he mixed up seemed a little bit wetter. With a magic dry and a magic wet, these had to be the best pancakes yet. But when they was done, they weren't no better. And a lesser man might have been done with it, but old Flapjack didn't know the meaning of quit, and that very night he went back down to plead and beg. But she cut to the chase just quick as a dick, and she flat out told him, I got magic chickens, and all my magic hens lay magic eggs. I whipped up a chocolate cake, and it was in the oven baking, when suddenly out of the clear blue sky the ground began to shaking. Now every egg my chickens lay is scrambled in the shell. I believe it was an earthquake that shook 'em all to pieces. Pre-scrambled eggs make a smoother batter, fluffier pancakes on the platter, so on his way out he raided the chicken coop. But by now I reckon you know the score. His pancakes turned out just like before, and one last time he headed down to Dixie's stoop. With his hat in his hand, his pride in check, his head was a-hanging low. He reflected on what he had started just a few days ago. He set out to steal Dixie's recipes, and he kept on getting burned. Seemed like every time that he pulled up a chair, the tables had been turned. And the best laid plans of mice and men often go agley. Sometimes it's the player that finds out he's been played. And there in Dixie's parlor, she laid out her final deal. She said, if you'll agree to marry me, my secrets I'll reveal. Old Flapjack never thought that he could be so easily caught. He's not the kind of fish to swallow a hook. And Dixie's lack of sex appeal wasn't what you'd call ideal. But boy, oh boy, that ugly gal could cook. And his future at the Wheeler camp wasn't looking any brighter. And to tell the truth, in the last few days, he'd kindly come to admire. So he agreed, and a pact was made, and they sealed it with a kiss. At least he wouldn't starve to death, and the story ends like this. She led him through the forest, down a little hill, and there in a clearing, he saw a moonshine still. She poured brown sugar in the mash, strained it extra fine. It turns out Miss Dixie's secret is the syrup spiked with shine. Moonshine, that is. Hillbilly jet fuel. Well, now folks from all across the nation come to the Smokies on their vacation. They're guided by sweet and sticky vision. They'll wake their kids and grab their spouse and take them all down to the Pancake House every morning for Dixie's Smoky Mountain tradition. It's those magic pancakes, you see. Give them all the energy to play all day and at night to raise a roof. And with their eyes are bulging and their bellies growing, they keep on eating without ever knowing the syrup they're pouring on is 90 proof. Our pancakes got quite a kick. Y'all come get yourself a short stack, you hear? Thank y'all so much. I do appreciate it. I hope I didn't go over my time.